Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and I got a note on my office saying I need to take a look at this. The Quest Kids, Big Bads of Tolk's Cave. I know all about this game, yeah. Dungeon crawler for kids. Did she want this to be a hit piece? Comedy piece? Because, or does she just want me to make this a special program saying that we're still waiting for Gloomhaven for kids, Madara for kids, or Tanaris Adventures for kids? Because it calls itself a dungeon crawler, but forget about it, is it? Bugger all, it's not a dungeon crawler at all, it's terrible. Anyway, this is hard to get, by the way, so this is your chance to get it. It's 5 plus, so it's for young kids. Although for me, the actual entry dungeon crawler for me is Cataclysm, the dexterity-based one, which does teach quite a lot of heavy mechanics, actually. And in Cataclysm, for example, you can get your kid to, you know, you both play a hero and you both play the baddie, so you're taking, you're revolving. So you don't feel like bad if you get hit because you're playing both sides. That's kind of a fun experience. Here you're just bobbing around the dungeon collecting cards and stuff, and it doesn't feel like much. I mean, all your hero is collecting is cards and gems. They don't feel like the leveling up or getting equipment or anything like this, and there's certainly no shop to be had, and I really detest it when dungeon crawlers don't have some kind of currency involved that you can go to the shop, because that's a very exciting thing, and this concept of leveling up is nonsense here. And look at all these top awards. Most people that are giving these ratings have been biased because the kids have played this, but frankly the art is so bad. Yeah, it's been unlocking stuff. Some of my favourite memories with my children were playing with Quest Kids. Some of my favourite memories were making ice cream with my kid and making a banana split. Like, you could put so many things here. Yes, you might have fun with your kids, but, you know, it's... is it really a gateway dungeon crawler when it really doesn't give you a feel of a dungeon crawl? And, for example, $78. Like, if you've not got this and you're coming in and you want the original Kickstarter, $78, you want the expansion, you're at $94, for goodness sake. $94? I'm sorry, but Gloomhaven for kids, or Madara for kids, or Tanaris Adventure for kids, insert your dungeon crawler of choice for kids at this price point, and they could do a better job, 100% better job by giving it decent art, streamlined gameplay, simplified, still have shop mechanics and all this stuff. It's waiting to happen on crowdfunding. Just because people have been itching for a game for 5-year-olds and they just play this game because the appetite has given them rose-tinted glasses. Oh man, I'm sorry, but I will never lower my standards and or anything like that. I'm a patient man. So yeah, they've made add-ons, we'll see down below, which are like top requests, but I think top request for me would have been to get a proper artist that is genuinely, or hire the artist for longer so they can do more stuff with what they've got. I don't know. Let's have a look at this anyway. Yeah, you've got nice minis. They're really large as well, and you've got like the archer. It's like you don't really feel like you're playing these classes, though. The game board, as it looks like there's interesting stuff to do on here, like there's rooms and stuff, but this is just flavour art. It's all going to be covered up by the actual tiles. I mean, look at these character boards. They just look so like they were made in, I don't know, a really cheap I don't even want to say Photoshop. Photoshop can do way better than this. It just looks so minimal. Yeah. We really need a dungeon. I think this video is just requesting a real dungeon crawler for kids, and I'm not talking about coming from an indie developer. I want it coming from the big boys that have done big ones, because when we're talking $94 for the all-in here, I'm pretty sure we can get a better experience. These gems, by the way, are very, very cool. They're big and they look expensive as a piece. The ability cards, you know, the way the fighting works, you're scaring them away. You know, you can watch the gameplay trailers, there's nothing special about it, and you're pretty much going into a similar dungeon all the time. It doesn't feel like you're progressing down a campaign or anything like that. And even though the big bads of Tolk's Cave, which is the like legacy component, you're still going in and doing the same stuff. I mean, there is like quests and stuff, but it's so dull as a dungeon crawler. And at the end of the day, you're only doing stuff to collect points, and it's the person with the points at the end gets to win. So it's got like a Euro mechanic. And why are you, even though you're like racing to get the most points, it's got a semi-co-op nature. Dungeon crawlers should be about cooperative, so... And shoving stuff in here like the scoring sheet pad to count up your points. It's so Eurogame. A dungeon crawl with a Eurogame mechanic. Get out of here. Oh, it's like the 4Xs we've been covering recently that have got a Euro mechanic to win the game with points. It's like a cultural win in Civilization. It's so depressing. Anyway. So yeah, no fan of the game, no fan of the art. The dice look nice, don't they? Colourful. Gloves of Kindness, Magic Dagger, Health Potion. I mean, this is what I mean. It needs like art. It looks like a 1990s video game, and an indie one at that. And it's like you're uncovering these monsters in the... well, in the dungeon, but you're not really going to get a feel of any of these. It's just, have you got these cards to scare them away? I mean, it's, you know. These are the event cards that have paths, so you've got like what you want to do, like an interesting little legacy component to talk about, but, and, there is this concept of teamwork, even though you're trying to get your points yourself, but... So Tolk the Wise, this is what everyone's coming for if you've bought the retail. In fact, the board game and the Big Bad expansion, it's exactly the same as the retail if you've been able to get hold of it. There's no need for a Kickstarter upgrade pack from the retail. They're not really offering anything like that. No, so new mechanics are coming with this. It's almost pushing it towards a bit more complexity. More story card here and different types of tiles. And, you know, some more heroes which seem to be more flavour. No minis though, you know. I don't know why they've not done minis for these. It seems a little depressed that you don't have that. And some sealed envelopes because that's a thing, isn't it? So during this campaign, solve puzzles, story choices, impactful. Discover new friends, unlock hero abilities, face off against new bad guys, sorry. Why kids love it? Why parents love it? So this is, I mean, doesn't. If I want my child to play Dungeon Crawler, I just play Catacombs. I wait for the big kids Dungeon Crawler that actually feels like a dungeon, where it's got a unique setup each time you play it. You might be on a campaign as well, but it's got the artist that was, you know, they've got that whole AAA team and they've got their artists. But I don't understand why you've got to dumb the hell down of the art when you weren't making it for kids. It really is kind of weird that you need to make it look like a 5-year-old game. You don't, I mean, it's not like you're going to see a skeletal monster and it's going to scare the crap out of a 5-year-old. Have you seen what 5-year-olds are watching on TV these days at Halloween? And they understand superheroes. They understand barbarians, big swords, and heroes with guns and stuff, you know. What's it called? Power Rangers. The Ninja Turtles with swords and stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, the art. I keep calling it. The art is such a sore point for me. It really is. So add-ons, Dice Tower. This is kind of lovely. Yeah, nice price point, $5. Neoprene player mat. Yeah. Like, yeah, you're trying to get $150 off me. That's a comparative price of Teneris Adventures or Madara or Gloomhaven, and look what you're getting for the money. It's like you're being conned. You know, these big campaigns, you get a 100-hour campaign. Can they not develop a big 100-hour campaign for kids? I'm sure they can do. There's definitely a market for it. But this is not it for me. No. Forget all these fantastic reviews of it and stuff. Forget about it. Yeah. More stretch goals. Social goals, not really blowing up at the minute. It's got 7 days left, I think it has, the campaign. So there's nice social stuff going on. Loads of reviews. They're all going to say it's fantastic, but you know, I want a dungeon crawl that is a dungeon we can go down, and Catacombs is the only thing that's giving me that. And there you go. Even if I wanted this and I was didn't have high expectations, refusing to lower the bar, etc., shipping would still be $80. Are you kidding me? Doing split wave shipping in some areas as well. So yeah, it's an indie team. They call it a dungeon crawler, but you're scratching the surface there to want to call it a dungeon crawler. And yeah, it's more like a rogue experience, just going in a block dungeon and uncovering stuff and getting cards that are needing to scare away monsters. It's really light-hearted, light theme, and yeah, I think kids at this age could have a dumbed-down dungeon crawler, absolutely. Let's hope that it can be developed at the same side as, say, a Gloomhaven, because, you know, the Gloomhaven trilogy, maybe there is a spin-off there for kids that they can do. I don't know, but I just don't think that this Quest Kids should be picked up by parents, because I think there is something big coming down the pipe, and just wait for it. I mean, at the minute, how long is it going to take to get done? January next year, you know. My son will be around 5 then, but I don't think he'll be interested in this a little bit, so... You know, it's because, like, when my son, if he sees me unboxing a game and I'm packing stuff out, he sees, like, Kickstarter art, he sees fantastic minis and stuff. He sees me sleeving cards, he sees it all mixed. He's fascinated by the insides of all these boxes and that, but
Yeah, if there's no kid dungeon crawl for him other than Catacombs, you can just wait until he's a bit older and you can play the other games. It's as simple as that, and I don't need to kind of, oh my god, there's something there I can play with my kids, because at the end of the day, I think your kid might appreciate it if you go swimming with him, take him to the park, fly a kite, than get round the table playing something like this. So, yeah. Because if I want to play a game with my kids, I want it to have that Kickstarter experience of amazing art, great quality, fun minis, Kids can understand dice chucking, simple enough. So yeah, there we go, peeps. Quest kids, don't settle for low expectations here. I mean, at the end of the day, but I do not recommend it. Is that why my wife put this note on, just to let people know that I don't recommend this game? So that people know my opinion on it. But seriously, just wait until these big AAA companies do it. I mean, look at the expectation on this, over 1,000 backers. And only 90,000 at the minute. I mean, for goodness sake. Get the AAA Kickstarter board game adventure dungeon crawler company. Come on to Kickstarter with a kids theme, so parents can play with their kids. That will then get the big attention. And even if they do as an experiment where it's like a Kickstarter that's 2 years away, and I put a large pledge of say 300,000 on it, it could still burst and really big up. I think there is an appetite for a big dungeon crawler for kids, and we've certainly not seen it yet. The Chora's Quest was limited in its ambition, and yeah, we need some of the proper industry people doing it. That's what I feel. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it, peeps. I'd love to know your comments on this, because it's almost like a hot topic, isn't it? Would you consider getting this for your kids? Are you just willing to wait? Would you prefer them playing games when they're a little bit older anyway, as there's more fun activities that can be had as young kids? You don't realise how many teenagers these days that can't swim or can't even ride a bike. Maybe that's because their kids were putting them at the table and playing board games with them at that age. I don't know. But anyhow, I'd love to know your thoughts on it and all that stuff. Are you in my boat? Were you willing to wait and all that stuff? Or are you thinking, no, my 5-year-old would like this game, but just remember, it does have that Euro game mechanics. There's no actual co-op per se, even though you can help each other. And it encourages that helping, even though you are trying to win through points, which is a little bit of dull. I mean, you can not have a campaign to go in the dungeon and kill the big baddie and grab the treasure. I mean, I don't know. It just seems so obvious, but it's obviously not in anyone's priority at the minute. But yeah. Anyway, there you go, peeps. The Quest Kids Big Bads of Tolk's Cave reprint with an expansion, apparently for 5-year-olds. Calls itself a dungeon crawler, but it's really a roguelite for kids with Euro mechanics. And I don't recommend it. I recommend either waiting for a real kids dungeon crawler to come out, or just wait. There's more real world activities out there than putting a 5-year-old at a table playing board games. So on that bombshell, peeps, thank you so much for watching. Please think about giving the video a thumbs up at least, so it gets a bit of traction out. It's been Kickstarter Radio 1 or 2.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye bye for now.